Can you hold yourself accountable? You want to be the boss? That's cool. But the boss can also chill. The boss can take several days off. Who gonna tell you anything? You gonna hold yourself accountable? You gonna hit them timelines you give yourself? You gonna hit them deadlines you give yourself? Do you have the gumption to just kick yourself in the butt and force yourself along? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 9% Show. I'm your host, Steven Burton, and here at the 9%, y'all know I keep everything 100. If I haven't done it, not doing it, or not about to do it, it will not come out my mouth. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 9% Show once again. And as like we always do around this time, we take a toast to the 9%ers out there. Toast to everybody out there. All right. So we are quickly approaching, I think, actually, the next episode will be our 1-year episode number 52. And as we approach that time, another thing is happening during this time when we launched the 9% Show. It's also getting to the end of the year. 2024 is almost gone, y'all. It's almost gone. So I've been recently, the past couple episodes, kind of talking about year-end things like year-end goal planning, what to think about in the next year, financial things you should be thinking about, all things from a business owner standpoint, things you should be thinking about. But you know what also happens during this time towards the end of the year? People start thinking about goals. People start thinking about New Year's resolutions. And people always say, I want to start a business. I want to start my business. Okay, I want to follow my dreams. It's New Year's resolutions. Okay, it's your time to get it. Just like you say, you go hit that gym. Okay, don't let your business dreams fall off in February, March like your gym dreams happen. But we ain't gonna. I digress. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to struggle too. Don't get it twisted. But these New Year's resolutions. Okay, I want to start a business. For the people that have that, well, congratulations. You have watched, you've gotten to the greatest episode in the world about this topic. So I'm going to talk about things that you should be thinking about. Like, should you start that business? Do you really want to be an entrepreneur? Like, these are some things. I'm going to talk about 6 things that could make you pump your brakes, or it could make you say, heck yeah, I'm ready. I'm going for it. So, yes, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about New Year's resolution. I want to start a business, and I'm going to just keep it 100 with y'all because that's all I know and that's all I could be, okay? So we're going to talk about this, okay? We're going to dive in. Let's get this thing started. So we're going to talk about number 1, and number 1 is understanding your why, okay? Why do you want to start this business? Are you driven by passion? Are you driven by profit? I don't know. What's your long-term vision? Why do you really want to do this? Those are good questions and probably some things you want to answer. And then I am somebody, if you watched any of my 9% episodes, you probably have heard my story of how I started perfecttux and all this other type of stuff. If you haven't, please go deeper in the catalog and find some good content. But contrary to popular belief, I did not start my business of perfecttux for a passion. I didn't have a passion of suits and the passion of tuxedos, but I did have a passion of business. I did have a passion for marketing and digital marketing. I did have a passion for ecommerce, and I had a passion to not work for nobody ever again. Okay, that was my passion. So I did have passion, and I did care about profits. Okay, we ain't in here to just do this for fun. Okay. You can't even be in the 9% club if you're trying to just do it for fun. Because again, the 9% is those that can pay themselves or employees for 3 straight years. Okay, it's hard to do. But you still need to know. You still need to know why you want to do what you want to do. For me, okay, it was a desire to control my own destiny. It was a desire to build wealth. It was a desire to build, have my own business. I desired to get back into this. My story, I started my first business right out of high school, and it was successful, for what it was. I think I did an episode kind of talking about a little bit of those beginnings. But, my why was just for like my family and my legacy. Like literally that was my why, okay? perfecttux turned to be a vehicle to how I would get there, and I did not know it would become what it is today, and we would have a store, and we, doing all these great things, and over 35,000 customers, happy customers sold to. I did not think we'd be at this point. At least I didn't envision it, but I just knew I knew what my desires was in my heart and where I saw myself going. And then I've always been an entrepreneur. I always had an entrepreneur spirit. So my why was a little bit more so about like my legacy and what, trying to accomplish some family goals, some personal goals. And at the time, the job that I had just wasn't going to get me there no time soon, okay? I didn't have a time for all that. So that was my why. But looking back on it, even though I didn't necessarily have a passion for the industry I got into, and I'm not suggesting for most people to do this because I had the mental fortitude to push through and go through it. But I do understand that you should, if you feel passionate, like when I started the 9% show, this is a passion of mine, okay? We're not making millions of dollars here. Matter of fact, I'm still trying to make $1 here, okay? So this is a passion of mine. This comes natural. Like I love helping entrepreneurs. I love sharing my story. I love seeing other people win. So it was only natural that I would get into this venture, okay? So this is pure passion that you're seeing right here, okay? But when you ask yourself what you're doing, I really believe your passion for the product or service you're doing beyond what money you think you can make is what's gonna make you still grind when there ain't no money coming in, okay? Because the thing about perfecttux is I was making money quickly, but I had to, okay? I had to make that money quickly. I set myself up to make that money quickly. So I had to worry about profits, okay? I had to worry about that for my situation. But I will say, looking back on it in the perfect world of an entrepreneur, you definitely want to be passion driven on your product, on your service, the industry you're getting into. You really want to understand your why, because when times get rough, you will lean onto your why. Okay, you will say, okay, this is what I got into this thing for. So, is there times where I or we don't feel like giving you a video? Yes, there is times. Okay, I just want to watch a Laker game and just chill and kick it. Okay, but the passion in me has me come here to the 9% studio and get a video done. Okay, so please understand your why. Okay, when you're thinking about, I want to start a business. All right. So number two we're going to talk about is evaluate your risk tolerance. Okay, starting a business is not for everybody. Do not listen to these gurus out there saying anybody can do it. Okay, it is not for everybody. There's a reason why it's called the 9%. There's a reason why majority of America is not business owners. And it's even slimmer, the ones that survive their first year, survive their second year, survive their 5 years, and all this other stuff. It's a reason why. It is hard as heck, and you're taking major risk, okay? Major risk. Can you do things to minimize the risk? Of course, but it's still a risk. And if you're starting a brand new business, it don't get no bigger than that, okay? So you need to understand, can you handle the financial risk? Are you in a good position to do this? If you take an L quickly, are you okay losing money? Can you handle it? Can you shake it off? Can you handle the emotional stress? Can you bounce back from a setback or when you fall and crumble? Like, what is your personality type? And it's okay to not just be about risk and taking all this risk. It's okay that you're not that. It's okay. And there's plenty of business owners out there that do not have those type of risk tolerance levels, but you eventually get there. And I do believe that you can't have no tolerance of risk and still start a business. I do not believe it. Okay, I would have to see somebody, and I would have to, they would have to be billionaires starting a business for fun, for laughs and giggles, and they really don't care where their money go. On that type of sense, maybe you don't have, you could not really worry about risk. But for the rest of us in the real world, okay, that's risking our lives and savings and our 401ks and everything we have to put to go towards our dream? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that risk is real. And that risk turns into fear really quickly. So you need to understand where your levels are at. Can you really handle this journey? Okay. If you're scared, that's okay. And if you still feel passionate about starting your business, that's okay. I just suggest do things that help you lessen the stress. Make sure you have some money saved up. Make sure your credit is right. Make sure you give yourself a runway to make some things happen. Maybe you want to have a co-founder so that you both can be working on this thing together. Maybe you have multiple co-founders. Maybe you want to try to get investors first and use other people's money, but that comes with risk too. And that comes with a whole another set of pressure in itself. But, maybe you need to go to these, go to workshops and conferences and just really dive deep into what it takes to start a business so that you feel comfortable in what you're doing. Okay. A lot of times fear and risk comes from, uncomfort zones, the unknowing. Like when you've never done that before, it's terrifying. Okay. So, do what you can to let's lower that, but just understand that you will always feel that fear and you will always be risking something. I am 8 years in to perfecttux, about to be 9 years, pretty soon, a couple months. And I still, every decision I make is still some risk. I had to make some decisions a couple weeks ago. Life or death decisions, at least to me, that's what they felt like. Was I actually dying? No, but it felt like I could, okay? So there's always gonna be something. So really ask yourself, is that what you want? And if it's what you want, can you handle it, okay? It's real out there. It's very real out there. I don't sugarcoat nothing. All right. So number three thing, and I would think this will be more of a, common thing that everybody want to do in their business, business plan, but research the market. Okay. And not just, when you want to dive into starting this business, you want to understand your industry, understand what's out there, understand your competitors, all that type of stuff. But I always give this advice, and you probably heard me say this begin, but you really want to understand what the business you're getting to, your product or service, is it easily marketable? I believe that is a step that most people miss, especially when you do not have that much money. Okay. When you are just on the hustle and grind, when you're bootstrapping it, when you're just, your money is limited. You ain't got unlimited funds for 55 million ads. When you really out there struggling and trying to get it up, you need to ask yourself, what I'm getting into easily marketable? Okay. Do I know how to get in front of my future customer? Okay. Get beyond friends and family, like I always say. Matter of fact, we're going to come up with some t-shirts one day. 9% merchandise. It's going to be say beyond friends and family. Okay. No friends and family. We need to mark that down. So we trademark that one day or something going on. But that's going to be the first tease that come out of the 9% show. Okay. Because I'm just telling you, you're going to set yourself up for failure if you're not thinking about this stuff now, okay? You definitely want to check, you definitely want to know what market you're getting into. You want to know the competitors out there. You want to know your competitive advantage. You want to know all the stuff you got there. You should be working on that. That should be a given. But I really want you to focus on, do you know how to reach your customer and how hard it's going to be? Because how hard it's going to be to reach that customer will determine how successful you are, will determine how much stress you have, will determine how risky this business is. So I think really thinking about that is key, okay? And a lot of people don't think about it to that specificity, okay? That's what you need to do, okay? You're here at the 9%. We give you all the details. That's all I got to say about that one. So we're going to skip on to number 4, okay? And number 4 thing you need to realize for I want to start the business is the time commitment, okay? This is not, we do things big over here, okay? Side hustles is all great. I ain't got no problem with no side hustle, but you know my story too. Quit my job cold turkey and I dived in. But the reality of it is I was on my grind, okay? I didn't have time for nothing. I was focused. I was working all day and all night and for a couple years. Until I could finally take my foot off the gas a little bit and be like, whew. And even then, it was just a little bit. And then I pressed it down some more. Like, You have to really understand, are you ready to give it your all? Are you ready to give it your time? Family, wife, husband, kids. Are you okay not spending time with them? Are you okay getting the side eye? That's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes. Do not, and for my young entrepreneurs out there, hey, it's your time to get it. Stay focused. Just do you. If you ain't got no commitments out in the world, do you. You should be getting it. Let that boyfriend, girlfriend go. Okay, focus on you. Okay. Now my older entrepreneurs out there, you know what I'm saying? You 30 up. Life is hitting you. You got responsibilities. You got student loan bills, whatever you got. Family, just got married, whatever. You get even more older, your kids about to be going to college or whatever. Other things you got to think about. You got a mortgage, whatever. Yeah, I understand. I get it. But still, the time commitment is real. Okay? So you might have to hustle and bustle it a different way, but understand that anybody that strives to some great success, it's take super sacrifice. And a lot of that sacrifice is your time. Are you ready to sacrifice that? That's a question you should be asking yourself. Why are you over there talking about my New Year's resolution? Do you really want that? Can you see yourself with that? How bad do you love the Netflix shows? Okay? Do you need to watch every single show to come out? I don't even like, it's crazy. There's so much good TV out there that like literally I hate starting a series because I don't have time to watch it. And I know it's going to be good, so I'm going to want to watch it. But I don't, because I respect my time commitments. Okay, I got the grind. Even to this day, I'm grinding. Okay, I'm getting it. All right. So the next thing we need to think about, what is this? Number 5, you need to think about, and a lot of people do not think about this when they ready to start their business, or they saying, oh, I need to start my business. Your skill set. Okay. What is it? What do you have? I'm not just talking about your product and service and you could bake the heck out these cupcakes, okay? I'm not talking about that. Maybe you could write a heck of a Christmas book or a children's book or any book, a book on anything. Whatever your business is, you can braid the heck out some hair. You got the bombest hair weave ever that you selling. And you might have the bombest hair weave looks-wise, but anyways. But forget all that. Do you have marketing skills? Okay. Do you have business skills? Do you even have business skills? Do you know what profit is? Do you know what word I'm looking for? Goodness gracious. Your profit and loss statements. Do you know what your COGS, your cost of goods sold? That's what I was looking for. Do you understand those concepts? Okay. In marketing, are you good in digital marketing? Do you understand Facebook ads, Google ads, all this type of stuff you need to be able to? Do you know how to build a website? Are you a graphic designer? Can you use Photoshop? If you don't know Photoshop, can you use the heck out of Canva? Like, do you use AI very well? Do you use AI well when people don't realize it's AI? What skills do you have? Start listing them things out and understand what you have. Because if you don't have the skill set to start your business, beyond the product and service, you're going to be paying for a whole lot of stuff. Do you got the budget to pay for all that stuff? If you don't, you better be wearing all these multiple hats. But if you don't have the skill set, it's just going to look bad. Okay? If you put the hat on of marketing and you're not a good marketer, you're not going to get sales. If you put the hat on of photography, you're going to take your own product photos. They ain't going to sell because they bad photos. This stuff is important. I don't mean to smash on no dreams, but it's my duty to smash on these dreams. I'm not trying to see you waste no money, but I want you to think about what it's going to really take to get you there. What's really going to take to start that business and see it thrive. Anybody can start something, okay? We are a year in to the 9% show. How many other podcasts out there is gone in this year? Okay? Consistency, skill sets. You think it's just by chance it happens that I know how to talk about certain topics? Okay, I have a skill set for this. We have a team, okay? Savannah's got a skill set for videography, for post-production, whipping things together. Mel on our team has a skill set for social media and a skill set for executive producing and say, hey, y'all, we need to do X, Y, Z. That's a skill in itself. I'm not good at that. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand what you have, okay? Understand what you have. Be real with yourself. Do a self-inventory. And, do you want to start this business, okay? And the final thing I'm going to talk about, okay? I'm going to talk about number 6. And it is the realities of loneliness and accountability, okay? Kind of goes in with time commitment, things like that, accountability. But I cannot stress enough the realities of loneliness. It is hard out there for an entrepreneur. It sucks. There's many dark days. There's many times where people just cannot relate with you. Okay? They're like, you can't talk to nobody. You don't want to talk to the people that's going to shut down your dreams while you're talking to them. They made the people to talk to. You don't want the people that's just over there, yes man, and tell you yes to everything. They made the people to talk to. Who do you talk to? Maybe the people that you really want to get in front of and pick the brain of. Maybe they too high up there. They don't respond to the DMs. They don't respond to nothing. You don't know nobody. It is very lonely. You're going, maybe you don't want to tell nobody, oh, no, how's business going? Oh, it sucks. I haven't had a sale in 2 months. Do you want to tell somebody that? Who wants to talk about that? It is very lonely out there. Again, it's the 9%. 9% show. Who am I talking to that's in the 9%? Okay? Who am I talking to? It is lonely out there. And then accountability. Can you hold yourself accountable? You want to be the boss? That's cool. But the boss can also chill. The boss can take several days off. Who gonna tell you anything? You gonna hold yourself accountable? You gonna hit them timelines you give yourself? You gonna hit them deadlines you give yourself? Do you have the gumption to just kick yourself in the butt and force yourself along? If you don't, But, there's things to get by with this stuff. Again, co-founders, it helps out. I was a solo founder. I did it all myself. Again, yes, I feel you. It sucks. It's lonely. Okay? But I always had accountability. Never had a problem with that. But the loneliness was real. Okay? The loneliness was real. And even when things went right, it was still lonely and it was a funk. Actually, I've never felt real depression until I started my business full time. I never knew what it felt like. When you talk about when things go well, you ain't happy. When things go bad, you ain't happy. When this ain't happy. I never felt that before. So these are real things out there. Do you want it? Okay? Do you want it? So these are things to think about as you're getting to the end of the year and you say, hey, 2025 is my year and it's going to be your year. I am here rooting you on. But what I'm trying to do is equip yourself so that you answer these questions and you just strengthen yourself up so you are ready to go. Okay. And when you're ready to go, guess what? The 9% show will be here helping you along the way. Okay. So, hey, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. We are going on to a year here and we are going to be pushing forward because we have passion in what we do. You best believe. And I need you to passionately hit that like button, okay? And passionately subscribe to what we're doing and share with a friend and all that good stuff. Until next time, I will catch you on the 9% show. Peace.